Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Remy and thank you for joining me on today's journey into the metaverse. There's been a lot of hype around metaverses lately, and each metaverse has a different way of going about purchasing their assets. And I know sometimes it can be confusing, so today I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to get into the Upland Metaverse with some strategies to help you along the way. To get started, make sure you use the link down below because 50% of your first purchase of UPX will go back to you and 50% will go to me. So if you put in $100, you'll get 150 and I'll get 50. It's essentially just free money. When you click the link, you should be sent to this page. Just sign up. So once you sign up and go through the email verification process, you should see this page. This avatar in the middle is called a block explorer, and essentially it's your avatar. So you get to customize which one you want. I'm gonna go purple fountain. Let's go blue fountain. Yeah. When you sign up, you should get a 4,500 UPX bonus. Now, unfortunately, that's not enough to purchase any property in this game, but it is enough to, do some treasure hunts if you want to play to earn. To get started, your block explorer will roam the map on its own. So essentially, it's not a stagnant character. Your block explorer will move around randomly and you can't control it other than using sends, and I'll get into sends in a bit. Block explorers are customizable NFTs. So essentially there's block explorers you can earn, and when you get to a certain tier, and I'll talk about that in a minute, you can have a custom block explorer made for you. Upland gives you a good tutorial here at the start, but I'm gonna just skip through it because I'm gonna be explaining everything to you. Now here is the big hitter. Start your journey. You have to choose a city and where your block explorer starts, because when you want to go from city to city, you have to purchase a plane ticket or a train ticket, and that costs UPX. So if you're planning on purchasing a property, obviously you want to start in the city that you're going to purchase that property. So how do you know which city to start in? Well, if you go to Upland's website, there's a handy dandy thing under Community tab called Marketplace Analytics. The Marketplace Analytics shows you the secondary marketplace activity. So in the past 30 days, there's been 4,622,000,000 UPX traded within Upland. But if you scroll down here, you can see the unminted properties. Now, unminted means that no one has purchased them off the primary market from Upland themselves. And usually these are the cheapest prices and where you can, it's a good entry. When going through Marketplace Analytics, here on the left, you can see which city it's in, the address, the neighborhood, if it's in a collection. If you look at all the properties under FSA, their mint prices are extremely low. $2.50, $4.50, $2.90. So that's for lower tier players with low amounts of money in the game, $100 and less. You can mint some fair start acts. So you can choose all these different types. You can say, hey, I want FSA or not. Which city, you can choose which cities you're looking for. You can choose which neighborhoods you're looking for, and collections. So when you're looking for properties, you just have to go through here and say, you know what? I want to start in this city. And just like in real life, there's good real estate and there's bad real estate. There's two ways to determine whether or not a property is good. One, obviously, if it's real world property is expensive. So like downtown LA, downtown Nat, literally downtown of any city, right? But the suburbs, there's some popular areas and then there's some not popular areas. But in Upland, you also want to look for places that are developed. You want to look for the most developed properties. So, hey, there's going to be more traffic in this area. This development is going to cause more people to come to these developments, and that's going to see more traffic to my property, which is generating more revenue. Below the unminted properties, you can see the for sale properties. And these are properties that are not from the primary market, but the secondary market. So players have minted them and now are reselling them. Just like the unminted properties, there's a bunch of different search bars and stuff that you can go through and see, where do I want to purchase this property? After you determine what address you want to purchase, you can literally just copy and paste the address, go over to Upland. In the bottom right, there's a search bar, and you can search for your address that you want so you don't have to go around and manually look for it. It also shows the minimum property price in UPX. Now, 1,000 UPX does equal $1. So I'm going to start in Staten Island because why not? Bam. Just like that, my character is now in Staten Island. So here's my avatar, and I want to see which neighborhood I'm in. So right here, I can click this button right here, and it'll show me all the different neighborhoods in Staten Island. Now let's say I'm looking for something to purchase. If I scroll down and I can kind of get a clear view, all the green property is someone selling property on the secondary market. That means it has been minted and now is being resold. The blue means that someone has purchased it and is holding it, and if the property is white, that means it has yet to be minted and you can mint it. In order to mint properties, your block explorer must be near the property you want to purchase. But when you're purchasing property on the secondary market, your character does not have to be close to it. So when you want to mint a property and you want to get your block explorer close, or you're treasure hunting and you have to move your block explorer around, you have to send. Now, in order to send, you click on a minted property, click send. I have 10 sends left, so I click confirm, and just like that, my block explorer moves on over, and I would be able to mint this property if it was available. Now, when you're moving around the map, you want to make sure you don't run out of sends. So, for instance, right here, this paper airplane, if I were to, bam, send over to this property, so let's say I needed to move to this area anyways, might as well look for a property with a send on it, and then bam, I can collect the send, and I have 2 more sends to use. If you're interested in an area and you don't want to go one by one and click through the properties, this button right here in the bottom right, that kind of looks like a phone box, click it, and it'll show you all the properties for sale nearby, and you could sort by price, from high to low or low to high, and you can go through and say, hey, there's one for $15, I'll click that. Okay, this property is for $15, 14 UP squared, not the biggest property. Maybe I don't want it, maybe I do. That's up to you. So let's say you're ready to make your first purchase. You've looked around and you're like, hey, I know this is the property I want, but I need about $20. You go up to the top right, click get UPX. Let's say go to $20, and there's multiple ways to pay. You can pay with Tilia, which is credit card. You can pay with PayPal, or you can pay with crypto. And it's super easy. All you have to do is click pay with crypto. They'll send you to a U-Trust, and you choose which token you would like to purchase it in. And it'll give you the amount. You click the amount you want, and then you just send it to this wallet address. And just like that, you get your UPX. I would like to note that if you are planning on using the referral bonus to get some extra money, paying with crypto does not get you that referral bonus. So when you purchase a property in Upland, you are getting 14.7% APY on that property if you purchased it for the mint price. Not a secondary market, but the mint price. So right here with this property, I'm earning 687 UPX a month. Not a lot, but it begins to add up the more and more properties you have, and 14.7% APY ain't bad. You can also develop your properties. Now, in order to develop your properties, you need Spark. And Spark is acquired in a few ways. One is treasure hunting. Now, I've made a video on treasure hunting, and it's a longer video, so I recommend you go check that out if you are curious on how to get Spark by actually playing the game. 2, there are Spark sales. Every once in a while, Upland will announce a Spark sale, and you can purchase Spark, but the demand is super high, and they only list a limited amount. It's kind of luck of the draw if you're able to purchase that. And 3 is if you upgrade your account to the next tier. So right here, there are multiple different statuses. So when you register for the game, you will start in Visitor. When you put money into the game, you'll become an Uplander. Now once you get to the Pro at 100,000, you don't get Spark unless it's a Spark Week event. Upland will occasionally do Spark Week events where when you rank up from Uplander to Pro, you get a little bit of Spark. But no matter what, when you go to Pro to Director, you will get 0.5 Spark. And with 0.5 Spark, you can build any structure in the game. It'll just take a lot of time because that's not a lot of Spark. This person has built out a ton of structures in Brooklyn, and soon when the game adds the utility that your block explorer has to stay in a house in order to even play the game, it might be cheap, right, to rent out a house, but not everyone in this game has a house, trust me, because Spark is pretty rare. So this person's going to be renting out every single one of these townhouses to people and earning more passive income on top of the 14.7% he's earning from minting the property. He'll be earning more money from renting out the house, just like in real life, but it's in a metaverse. There's so much more to Upland with collections and treasure hunting and NFLPA legits and meta ventures. I've covered all of those in past videos. This was just a guide for new players. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe. It really does mean a lot. And I'll see you in the next video.